Executive Director Metruck.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. I'd like to highlight 3 items in our meeting and the agenda today. Consent item 6F is the nomination of Mr. Weldon E. Ihrig as Chair of Terminal 91 Neighbors Advisory Committee. The NAC is composed of representatives of the Magnolia Community Club and Queen Anne Community Council who meet monthly with port staff to coordinate. Mr. Ihrig is the Executive Vice President Emeritus of the University of Washington and recognized nationally for his innovative business solutions. He will be an excellent addition to the NAC, and we are so pleased to have him as chair. I also want to extend our thanks again to the former chair, Mr. Bill Winkleman, who is moving out of state. Consent item 6G requests your approval to proceed with construction of the Commission Chambers Refresh Project and Lobby Improvements Project at Pier 69, the one that Commissioner Steinbruck would like to discuss. This work will improve the safety and security of our entry to the Pier 69 office building and enhance the public's experience at Commission meetings. I'm also pleased to highlight a number of additional topics for your awareness. First, the renovation of the South 160th Street taxi building is complete, and I'm pleased to share that this commission-requested project was very successful, completed under budget, and with minimal schedule delays. Both the designer and contractor were small businesses, and they delivered an attractive, safe, sanitary, and energy-efficient facility for the taxi drivers to use. Most importantly, the driver response has been overwhelmingly positive, and they have offered their thanks to the port. This is another success in your continuing leadership on the economic security and quality of life for our ground transportation contractors. Second, I wanted to let you know that I formally signed a new port-wide executive policy that formalizes our commitment to combating human trafficking. This new policy articulates a wide range of existing port policies prohibiting any activity that supports trafficking and emphasizes how fighting against trafficking aligns with our commitment to equity and social justice. We'll be sharing this news more formally through port communications channels in the coming days. This is the internal message on your direction. I also want to thank all of the partners who participated in our press conference to announce the launch of Japan Airlines service to SeaTac. Beginning the 31st of March 2019, the new daily service between Tokyo, Narita, and Seattle-Tacoma International Airport will be a welcome back to Seattle, as JAL previously served nonstop route to Tokyo from the time period 1983 to 1992. So it's great to welcome them back. Last week, I was honored to participate in the first Women's Initiative Network inaugural luncheon last week, focused on lifting each other up through public service. We were joined by State Representative Gail Tarleton, and the entire program was a huge success. I want to thank the executive sponsors of this committee resource group, Dan Thomas and Elizabeth Levitt, and all the members of the Planning Committee who pulled off such a fantastic event. Speaking of kudos, I'd like to take a moment to thank members of the Port of Seattle Police Department who dealt professionally and expertly with an issue at the airport last week. Even though I don't want to talk about the incident specifically because the details we'd rather not talk about in public forum, the lead on the incident was very vital to the success. Officer Rosa displayed compassion, patience, and understanding in dealing with a very delicate situation. I also want to acknowledge the other police department personnel involved: Officers Gonzalez, Kolstad, Arena, Gerhardt, March, DeVries, Ignatoff, Rideout, and Chartrand, as well as Sergeant Shumate and Commander Flynn. Everyone showed great teamwork and did a great job of ensuring safety on the drives and keeping the impact to traffic flow minimal. Finally, the public comment period for the environmental scoping for the Sustainable Airport Master Plan closed on September 28th. In compliance with state and federal laws, scoping provides the earliest possible opportunity for public and agency stakeholders to provide input about the range of environmental issues to be studied in this environmental review process. We received over 750 comment submissions and had over 300 attendees at our public meetings. We'll respond to comments by early 2019 and then begin federal and state environmental review. Commissioners, this concludes my report.
Sure. Commissioner Steinbruck.
Will a summary of those comments be prepared anytime soon? The comments on the SAMP scoping for commission review specifically?
I will look to...
I, for one, would like to
Well, look, Commissioner, I'll look into that.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner Steinbrück. I, like you, was looking for a kind of annotated version that we can then look at all the comments, but we'd like to see the summary as well.
I'll take that for action.
Yeah.
Well, I know in the draft EIS, you'll have the response to comments to the draft as part of the document, but it would be great to see the scoping comments. The one other thing is that, while I appreciate the outreach on the SAMP, I've gotten feedback from several community members wanting to know just more of opportunities to get work at the port, airport jobs. These are sort of things that we talk about a lot when we're in the communities. They're great opportunities to share. And Mayor Mata, I know, would be happy to make sure that we reach into diverse communities in the help of doing that. And I just think it's important, while now they're going to wait till we come up with a draft EIS, and there's plenty of us to still doing outreach in those communities.
Thank you.